Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be getting untangled from the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So getting untangled from the narcissist and the relationship, this is something that we have all had to do, or we are doing, or we are planning to do. And this will seem like a very daunting thing because actually it is daunting. There will be so many moving parts that you will have to unwind and get untangled from when you are in the relationship and you are exiting it, or let's say you already have been exited from it. Whether you were discarded or you ended it yourself, either way, my heart goes out to you because you were in the most challenging, debilitating, toxic relationship known to humankind, i.e. the narcissistic relationship. But there will be many things that you will have to untangle. Let's talk about a few. First, maybe you were married to the narcissist. Well, you're gonna have to get a divorce. And you're gonna have to split the custody of the children if you have children. You're gonna have to split the assets. You're gonna have to figure out how to close bank accounts and remove certain people's names from bank accounts, or your name will be removed. That's only just the tip of the iceberg. On top of that, many of us will have to figure out how or where to relocate to. Many of us have had to relocate halfway around the world, or different cities, states, towns, countries. That's another thing, another way to untangle yourself from the narcissist. Another way would be blocking them and going no contact. Now, I say that in virtually every video I create because it works. And when you go no contact and you block somebody who is toxic, you're sending them a clear, succinct message that you want nothing to do with them, i.e. you have seen behind the mask. You have seen one too many poor behaviors. You've experienced toxicity and you didn't even know what it was. And so now it is in your best interest to go no contact. Again, if you can't do that, utilize gray rocks. Simply become dull and boring, but get off the radar of the narcissist. Another thing you'll have to untangle, maybe you have accounts that you shared. Example, phone services, or maybe you shared an Amazon account, or a gas card, or a membership to a club, or some kind of organization. You'll have to untangle those. You see, there are so many moving parts when you're in the narcissistic relationship because you were tangled with them. They were controlling so many things in the relationship, virtually everything. But you, when the relationship ended, you had to become untangled. And the narcissist does not want you to become untangled with many things, specifically if you have financial resources. They will do their best to get as much from you as they possibly can, just like they did when they're in that relationship. But there are many other things that you'll have to untangle. What about children? Again, if you have children with the narcissist, maybe the divorce has gone through, but maybe now you have to drop off and pick up the children. And do you still have to see the narcissist? Maybe you do. Maybe you have in-laws or somebody, sister or brother who can pick up the children so you don't have to see the toxic narcissistic creature when you drop your children off or pick them up. You see, you will have to get untangled from there also. Another one, many times the narcissist post-relationship, they will move close to you. In other words, they would have the opportunity to move maybe to a different part of the country, but many times they move a couple blocks away from you or they stay in the same city. Why do you think they do that? Well, one reason is because they're familiar with that area. But the main reason, I would say, is because they know it will still continue to zap your energy and it will be harder for you to become untangled. So another example there would be the places you go to, the gas station you put your gas in, or the store that you shop at to get food, or the place that you do your laundry, or the place that you pay your bills. The narcissist knows your routine. They've always known your routine when you were in that relationship. So now to get more untangled, you'll have to find new avenues to get these things done. Example, if the grocery store that you were going to was, say, a half of a mile or kilometer away from your house, well, the wisest move would either be to go there when you believe the narcissist won't be there, but then you still run the risk of bumping into the toxic creature, or you may have to go to a different town, maybe 20 minutes away to get your grocery shopping done. But these are all examples of how to become untangled from the narcissistic relationship. Another one, let's talk about pictures or photos that you may have hard copies of, or maybe they're on your smartphone or you're up in the cloud. Looking at those pictures many times can set you back. They can trigger you. They can bring you back memories of what once was, but actually what never was. Because was the narcissist in those pictures with you? Probably. Were they holding your hand or giving you a hug or giving you a kiss on the cheek? I doubt it. Were they giving you a grin or a smirk to the lens? Probably. Were they in pictures, probably not even sitting or standing next to you? Maybe they were next to somebody else? Most likely. So those pictures, to get untangled, many of those you're going to have to delete or throw away or put in a box and put them up in the attic or down in the basement. Because right now, perhaps this relationship that you were in, maybe it ended recently, and you're trying to declutter. You're trying to do the deep dive on the narcissistic abusive cycle, and you're trying to get untethered to the narcissist. This is what you're going to need to do. This is why you're going to really need to slow your life down. You're going to have to heal. You're going to have to process childhood wounds. You're going to have to meditate, journal, see a therapist. You're going to have to watch videos. You're going to have to write. You're going to have many sleepless nights. You're going to have to shed many tears. Maybe even will experience the angry stage when you can't believe what this person did to you. But then again, you're on the healing path, and the healing path is not linear. It will take time. It will take a lot of time. But in your time, you will heal if you utilize the tools that are provided for you on the channel and in the community. You see, the narcissistic abusive cycle is something that you need to heal from. It's not just like a regular everyday relationship where when it ends, maybe people think about that other person for a few days, maybe a week or so, and they move on with their life. That's not what happens in these relationships. You need to get as far away from the narcissist as you possibly can, mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually, every way possible. And the sooner you get that message, the sooner things will return back to you. Example, your health, your finances, your time, your energy, your focus, your clarity. All these things will return, but it will take time, like I keep mentioning to you. But removing yourself from the narcissistic relationship and getting untethered, or removing yourself from these ties that you had, this will take time, and the narcissist will not make your life easy. Let's think about a very simple example. Let's say that the car that you two had, maybe you had two cars, maybe you were married, or let's just say that you were married. Well, maybe the cars were in the narcissist's name, and the DMV and the registration and the title and all that were in their name. Or are they going to pay the registration and et cetera for the tags for the next year? They probably won't. They'll probably figure out a way to barter to get you to pay for it again, like you paid for it the last 5, 10, 20 years. And they'll want to get something in exchange for you doing that. The narcissist is always looking at people as weak, as frail, as opportunities to take advantage of. And when you're trying to get separated from the narcissist or untethered from the narcissist, that is a very challenging thing to do. So my suggestion that I share with so many people during one-on-one sessions, and this is what I had to do, is to be patient with yourself, be stoic, be calm, be centered. Focus on what you can control. Focus on where you are on the healing path. Focus on how many things you've already improved in your life. And know that each and every day on the healing path, it will not be linear. The healing path does not go up like a stock up and to the right. It will take you high and it will take you low and it will spin you around and you will get triggered along the way. Example, holidays, birthdays, vacations, pictures, memories, locations of places you went to. People that are flying monkeys without even knowing it, bringing up the narcissist name, they will do that. There are so many different ways that you'll have to become untied to the narcissist, and you will figure out rather quickly who is in your camp and who isn't. Unfortunately, tough pill to swallow, but it's a pro tip that most people will not be in your camp. And you may say, well, why is that, Andrew? Why aren't people on my side? Because that's exactly what I've experienced, or it's what I'm experiencing. It's very simple. It's because the narcissist got to these people. Number one, meaning they drank the Kool-Aid of the smear campaign. Or number two, those people could be toxic themselves. It's just that you never figured it out because maybe you didn't spend that much time with them. Or number three, they don't want to get involved because they don't want to be the next target, or they believe it's in their best interest to just stay on the sidelines and see what unfolds, unfortunately. And then a fourth group would be people that get the popcorn and they just actually watch your life implode, and they are really having a front row seat, and they're the flying monkeys, they're the enablers, they're the toxic people who could easily be the next target of the narcissist, so they better be careful. But that is why very few people will be in your corner or on your side. Another reason why is because most people can't wrap their head around what narcissism is. You usually don't understand what narcissism is until when? Until it's too late, until it's affected you for a period of time. And then when that relationship ends, or you see one too many toxic behaviors, then you say, something's wrong here. This person is actually displaying much worse behavior than they were displaying a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Well, that's because the narcissist is aging, and they're becoming the aging narcissist, and they care less and less about you, and they care less and less about humanity. And they feel entitled. They feel like they should have what you have. They feel like they should have accomplished what you accomplished. They feel like what you did, they should have done. That's why so frequently when you're maybe reuniting with the narcissist, say it's your brother or your sister or sibling or somebody, when you're reuniting with them for a couple days or so, does it go swimmingly? Probably not. In the beginning, the narcissist will usually be trepid, and they will just see where you are if you're the same person that you were before. But when they figure out that you're not, and you've healed, or you are well healed on the healing path, then they will still try to be the same old person they were with you when you were growing up. They'll still try to poke you and say things about your childhood, or say things that you did or didn't do, and give you reasons why they want you to doubt yourself. You see, the narcissist can't change. They just want to shapeshift. They do not want to introspect. They do not want to be accountable. They're stuck in that childlike mindset of a 7-year-old. They're stuck in the loop. They've never fully developed. They don't know how to behave in public. This is why they need distractions. This is why they want to keep you tethered to them. This is why they want to keep you glued to them. This is why they don't want to let you go, unless they discarded you, of course. But remember, the narcissist will not make your life easy once you've removed yourself from the relationship, or once you have been removed. I've mentioned and shared that with the custody of the children, with assets, which I'll talk about again in a minute, and with the court system to a degree. But the narcissist, they do not want you escaping. They do not want you figuring out who they are. They do not want you seeing behind the mask. They do not want you ascending and elevating. They do not want you to recapture your beautiful, bright, shining light. They want to keep you stuck in that low vibrational quagmire state where they exist. And that's what they're so accustomed to doing. So when it's uncharted territory for them, when the final line has been crossed, and let's say that you did get divorced finally, and let's say custody did go in your favor, and the assets and everything have been divided however they've been divided, this is a very bleak and daunting time for whom? Yes, the narcissist. Not for you. It may seem like it is for you. It may seem like this is all a very big, tough pill to swallow, and it didn't have to be that way. Well, first of all, it didn't have to be that way. But what you're about to figure out when the dust has settled and the smoke has lifted and the fog has cleared is that you're going to have your peace of mind. You're going to have your money back. You're going to have your health back. You're going to have no more ties to the narcissist. Maybe you'll have custody here and there, and maybe there's one more account that you have to get their name off of. But once that's done, you're going to be able to stay up as late as you want to, sleep in as late as you want to. You're going to be able to take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book. You can travel, you can meditate, you can journal. But what you will be doing is you will be focusing on yourself, because at this point, at least my hope is that you will have gone no contact and blocked this person or these people. And you will no longer attend the celebrations of the family. Let's say the family that you were in is a narcissistic or toxic family. Well, why would you drive 15 hours to go experience toxicity for a major holiday when you're the one that has to drive through the snowstorm? You're the one that has to bring the gifts. You're the one that gets treated less than. You're the one that has to cook and clean and listen to all the toxicity of how successful you are, but they've never achieved anything, and they're playing the victim card or blaming you for making decisions. And then you realize, why did I do this again? Why did I come up here? I'll tell you why. Because you took another bite of the forbidden fruit. You believe that these people would change. They can't change. They only get worse over time. They deteriorate. You, on the other hand, can improve. That is why so frequently some of the most difficult relationships you will ever have will be with your immediate family members. Now, I'm not saying your immediate family members are the toxic, narcissistic people, but perhaps they are. You see, it's the people that know you the best that can harm you the most. And it's the people that learn the most about you that can weaponize that against you at a later date. And that's exactly what the narcissist does. They try to infiltrate your life and learn about you. They want you to overshare. They want you to tell them your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, what your goals are. And then they want to take all that and they want to use it and weaponize it against you at a later date. So no good deed goes unpunished in the narcissistic relationship. You could own your own country. You could have all the money in the world. You could have 10 rockets that fly to 10 galaxies away. It will never be enough. Understand what I'm sharing with you. No matter what you did, it would never be enough. So when you're trying to get untethered from the narcissist, this will take time. You need to be patient and stoic and calm, like I said earlier. You're going to need to understand it will be a battle. But as long as you continue to move forward each and every day, as long as you continue to control what you can control, as long as you continue to believe in yourself, as long as you continue to know that where you are today is not where you will be in 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months, or even in a year. And as long as you know that you are headed towards the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, where you no longer care about the narcissist, you don't wish ill will upon them, but then again, you don't feel pity for them or sorrow for them. You have healed. They don't consume your time. They don't live in your energy zone. They don't have anything to do with you because you've untethered yourself. You've removed yourself. You're unglued from the narcissistic relationship, and you have healed, or you are healing. Keep this in mind again. The narcissist cannot elevate. They will always be stuck in that low vibrational state. And I mention that frequently on videos to reinforce with you that these aren't just words. This is a fact. The narcissist needs people in their life to belittle, to devalue, to take from, to make them feel less than, to be the walking apology, to be the sounding board, to laugh at the joke when it is in poor taste, to experience toxicity when the narcissist, oh, I was just joking. I didn't mean that. You see, these things eventually they add up because it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. When you're in these relationships, whether it's a brother, sister, mom, dad, romantic relationship, alleged friend, wink, wink, or a neighbor, or colleague, or coworker, it is not a pleasurable experience because you now can't unsee what you've seen, and you now won't tolerate poor behavior, and you're now becoming, or you have become, untethered or unglued to the narcissist, and that is a great thing. What you need to do is choke the narcissist out of your attention. Remember, where you place your attention is where you place your energy. And when you were in that narcissistic relationship, all of your attention and energy, where did it go? That's right, it went to the narcissist, and to lift them up high on the pedestal to the detriment of yourself, to pump up their fragile ego while you paid the price for helping them through life. The narcissist wants to take your money, your time, your energy, your love, your empathy. They want to rewrite the past. They want to gaslight you. They want to give you the silent treatment. They want to stonewall you. They want to throw rage fits on you. They want to devalue you. They want to drive wedges between you and anything that matters to you. They want to drive wedges between you and your children, you and your future partner, i.e. spouse, you and the romantic interest that you have, you and your hobbies, you and anything that matters. That's why once you see it, you can't not only unsee it, but you need to take action. Because as I'm creating this video and you're consuming it, you're a fortunate person. You may not feel like you are, but you're a fortunate person because maybe this is the first video you're ever consuming. And if it is, continue on the channel, continue focusing, continue healing, and get as much wisdom as you possibly can, and eventually go no contact, etc. But if this is the 10,000th video you're watching, you're here to get topped up, to keep your cup full, and to understand that where you were is not where you are. And most likely, and I'm certain it is that you've healed. But let's say that you're somewhere in the middle. Well, you're still here in the community because you're paying it forward. You're dropping comments in the community section and in the comments section, and you're helping others get across that bridge to the pinnacle. But all these things I'm mentioning, you've elevated yourself. You've put yourself back together. You've dusted yourself off by the bootstraps. You've picked yourself up and you've risen through the ashes like a phoenix. You've done something that most people, they will never ever have the opportunity to do. Now again, did you want to enter that narcissistic relationship? No, of course you didn't. I didn't either. But why I say you're fortunate is because as I'm creating the video and you're consuming it, there are hundreds of millions of people, and yes, I do mean that number, that are entering narcissistic relationships right now. And there are people that are being discarded. And there are people that are trapped in a cycle. And there are people who haven't found that needle in a haystack and haven't deduced that they are in a narcissistic relationship. And there are people that don't think there's any way out. They think that staying stuck and tethered in the confined walls of the narcissistic abusive relationship, i.e. the house, is the best they're ever gonna do. That's not the case. The case is get out, stay out, move forward, believe in yourself, and leave the narcissist in the past. Get unglued, get untethered, break every connection you have with them, like I shared. Separate yourself from the narcissist any way you possibly can. A couple more things before I close the video. Social media is a big one. Many people are on it, fewer are off of it. But do whatever's best for you. If it serves you to be on social media, do it. If it doesn't, get off it. But if you are on it, I strongly suggest to not be peeking at the narcissist's social media. Do not know anything about what they're doing, who they're with, or what their hair color is, etc. The less you know about the narcissist, the stronger you will get. The stronger you get, the less they will matter to you. The less they matter to you, the more clarity you get in your mind. And the more clarity you get in the mind, the higher you elevate. You will elevate higher than the sun, the moon, and the stars. And the reason I say that is because that's not only what I'm doing, but it's what so many people I have worked with have done. You see, they've beaten the narcissistic relationship. They've removed themselves. They have gone no contact. They have done anything and everything they could to invest in themselves and to not give their energy and their resources to a toxic person. And now their life is shifted forever. These are the people that are reclaiming their cities. These are the people that are reclaiming their towns. These are the people that are reclaiming their livelihoods and their energy and their hobbies. And these are the people that they were almost taken down by the narcissist. And the narcissist thought they finished them off. And I was one of these people. But a funny thing happened along the way. We did pick ourselves up. We did heal. We did focus on ourselves. And we entered the third version of ourselves, the strongest, most galvanized version of ourselves known to humankind. It's rarefied air. It's a place where we really understand what humanity is about. We can now see toxicity from a mile away. We now remove ourselves from poor behavior. We now don't believe in the mask. We now watch people's actions rather than listen to their words. And we now know that we are the priority. We come first, second, and third, like I mentioned. You see, when you are a beautiful, bright, shining light, and you are one, and I certainly am one, people want to steal your energy and your time and all your resources. And that's exactly what the narcissist did. Until when? That's right, until they couldn't any longer. So if you were discarded or if you ended it yourself, either way, you're out of the relationship. This is your time. It's your time to heal, to move forward, and to get untethered and or untied and break all the chains from the narcissist. Separate yourself, if not now, when? Everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it. From the beautiful Carolinas, this is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that, you are not alone. And many of the videos I create, they pertain to all of us in the community. Some of them are focused on the romantic relationship. Some of them are focused on siblings. Some of them are focused on the communal narcissist, the aging narcissist, and so many other things. And of course, triangulation and gaslighting, all that. But this video is something we can all relate to, because each and every one of us, if you've made it this far in the video, you've either had to untether yourself from the narcissist, you are doing it, or you are about to do it. And that is when you're gonna see the doors of abundance get kicked wide open for you. Now, it won't happen immediately. It will happen after some time, but slowly your energy will return. Slowly you will be seeing what I've been talking about and what I've been living for over 3 years, which is when you really place your focus on yourself and you really believe in yourself and you control what you can control. Anything, and I mean anything, is possible on this planet called Earth. What you were doing is you were giving all of your resources to the narcissist, and they knew that. And they were gladly consuming your resources. Once that relationship ends, you need to really focus on yourself, put yourself back together, and understand there is so much abundance in this planet, on this planet, and in this world for you. And it's not just doors of abundance, it's the doors of opportunity, and it's the doors of possibility. But you will find out so many good things will happen to you post-narcissistic relationship when you do the deep dive and you really, really slow your life down and you understand how much work you have to place into yourself. That's when you will heal. You will heal in time, in your time. I love you all. God bless you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody.